Well, Phoebe, we're here on the cliff tops at our little camp retreat in the Algarve. I know we've both had our injuries in the last few weeks, and we've just run along the cliffs and done our favourite run out here just before we go home tomorrow, actually. So I just wanted to take the chance to really ask you a little bit about your top nutrition tips. You wrote recently on our website about nutrition, and what are your top tips, having spoken to many of the guys out here as well?
My tips are people are starting to laugh at me a little bit, because it's, as it said on the website some time ago, it's constantly about snacking. I think the biggest thing, and I've realised it again out here on the camp, and lots of guys have chatted to me about it, the biggest thing is realising the volume of food that you can and also need to eat when you're training hard and training consistently. You know, many of the guys out here are training for spring marathons, 5Ks, 10Ks, and running 6 days of the week, and to keep that volume of training up successfully and to constantly recover in between sessions and to constantly feel great on every session and every run that you do, you've got to put enough fuel in the tank. And it's quite obvious, really. Once you start fueling properly, you've got enough energy to go out and do the best you can in that session, whether it be a session or a long run or even just a recovery run. So snacking constantly and taking on the motto that we always say, never ever let yourself get hungry throughout the day, but never eat to the point of feeling so full that you think you're going to need to lie down and stay on the sofa for 5 hours. So constantly snacking and keeping the tank fueled. Have a good breakfast, whether that's after the run or before the run, whenever it is you train in the day. Snack 2 or 3 hours later, you know, on oat cakes or bananas or saurine malt loaf, whatever that may be. Have a good lunch that's got enough carbohydrate in it, and then make sure you have a very good afternoon snack before your session that you're probably going to be doing in the evening, or your run that you're going to be doing in the evening. And also making sure that you eat quickly enough after the training so that you really do recover well. The latest research is saying that we should get something in within 5 minutes, which sounds bonkers, but that's actually what I do. And when I'm doing that, I definitely feel my best when I'm out running, and it really helps me recover. So whether that's a bit of carbs and protein from a recovery drink, or even just getting in a few oat cakes, love my oat cakes, or a banana, just something that gets the process of recovery going, and then have a good dinner because you deserve it. Steve Scullion, who's been out here with us, he really nailed it for me this week. We were sitting around at the dinner table with a group of runners, and someone said, "Oh, I've had a few chips tonight, I'm going to have to run a couple of miles more tomorrow to burn that off." And Steve said, "What are you talking about? You've already burnt that off. This is all about refueling from that massive track session we just did." And I thought, that's right. Rather than thinking about the food you've just eaten and how you're going to get rid of that tomorrow, think about the food you're eating actually refueling from the thing that you've just done. And changing that mindset really helps, I think, with nutrition.
Phoebe, thank you for your top tips. I know it's been a hot topic out here this week. It always will be, and perhaps we've got a little bit of a battle ahead of us still to try and convince people out there that they can relax and enjoy their food. Certainly for me, one of the highlights of being a runner is that you can enjoy your food.
Completely. Simon Freeman's been out here from Mornington Chasers, and I love their phrase for their club. They've got it on the back of their t-shirts. It simply says, "We do it for the biscuits." And I think that's so true. I mean, we're all running for performance, we're all running because we want to get a PB. Lots of people came into running because they wanted to lose weight for weight management. But definitely one of the perks is that you can generally eat what you want. I'm not saying you should go out and eat 5 McDonald's a day and 20 donuts, but you certainly should relax and feel like you deserve to eat the food that you want to eat, and make sure you're putting the right things in at the right time. And consistency of food alongside consistency of training, alongside the right amount of rest, really should see for a brilliant balance of training, and will lead to great performance. If any of those are out of balance, and nutrition's usually the one people are guilty of, then your performance is going to be in jeopardy. So just really making sure that what you're eating is the right food and the volume is enough is key.
Phoebe, thank you, and we look forward to seeing you running again this summer after your niggles finally settle down. Good luck.
Running again would be good.
Well done.